All right, welcome back, everyone. We are looking at day 67 for the Plazm protocol, and today we're really digging into the story behind the numbers. After that absolutely explosive move yesterday, we're seeing some consolidation. So let's unpack what's really going on under the hood.
Okay, before we dive in, you know the drill. This is all for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Please always do your own research. Right, let's get into it. So, the big headline you're going to see today is this: a 21% pullback in the price of Plazm. And look, seeing a number like that can definitely be a bit jarring, but as you're about to see, the context is everything. And this slide right here puts it all into perspective. That 21% drop did not happen in a vacuum. It came right on the heels of yesterday's incredible 103% bounce. A cool down after a run-up that massive isn't just normal. It's actually a sign of a healthy market. It's catching its breath and finding a new, stable level. So the most important thing to do today is to look past that surface-level price action, because what's happening with the underlying fundamentals of the protocol, that tells a much more interesting and, frankly, a much more bullish story.
Okay, let's start with the floor prices, because they saw a pretty significant drop today. It's really important to understand exactly why this happened. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's a clear mechanical effect.
So how did this play out? It's a simple chain reaction, really. First, the price of eShare, which backs the liquidity pools, it declined by about 15%. Now, because those pools are valued in eShare, their dollar value automatically falls right along with it. And that just forces a direct mechanical recalculation of the floor prices. That's where you get that drop. It has nothing to do with sentiment. It's just pure math.
But here's the key. Even with that recalculation, just look at this. The current price, sitting at 77 cents, is still a very, very healthy 45% above the new base floor of 53 cents. This cushion, that's the metric that really matters here. And it shows we still have a really strong safety buffer. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. Now we get to the real story of day 67, because while the price was consolidating, holder conviction, which we measure by staking, was hitting absolutely unprecedented levels. 64%. Let that sink in. That is the new all-time high for the percentage of the entire Plazm supply that is now staked and locked in the protocol. I mean, what an incredible show of long-term belief from the community.
And this isn't some one-day fluke. Nope. This is the 6th consecutive day of major staking increases. It's a sustained wave of accumulation and locking, and it shows a really clear trend of tokens moving into the strongest possible hands.
And to put a number on that trend, over just these past 6 days, the total number of staked Plazm tokens has grown by a massive 48%. That's a remarkable surge in conviction, no matter how you slice it.
This chart just puts it all into perfect perspective. With 64% now staked, there's only a tiny 2% of the entire supply that's actually liquid and available on the market. The supply shock is, without a doubt, the most powerful fundamental driver in this entire ecosystem right now. Now, running right alongside that incredible staking story, you have the core engine of the protocol, and it just keeps running smoothly in the background, totally unfazed by any of these daily price swings.
And check this out. For the 6th straight day, the stablecoin defense pools have continued to grow. They're now standing at over $71,000. This is so critical. It shows that even on a down day for price, the protocol's fundamental defenses are actually getting stronger. And of course, the yield engine, it just keeps chugging along. It generated another $423 in profits and added 16 new bonds today. This consistent day-in, day-out performance, that's the foundation that everything else is being built on.
So, how do we wrap all of this up? What's our final verdict on day 67? Well, for me, it all comes down to one thing: separating the noise from the signal.
The noise? That was the 21% price dip and the mechanical drop in the floor prices. But the signal? Oh, the signal was overwhelmingly strong. A new all-time high in staking, continued growth in our stablecoin defenses, and a powerful 45% cushion above the floor price. The fundamentals are absolutely screaming strength. And that brings us to our final takeaway. When you see healthy price consolidation happening at the exact same time as a record-breaking show of holder conviction through staking, well, that is an incredibly bullish setup. It suggests the real story isn't about today's price, it's about the fundamental strength being built for tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.